All right, here's the new version of the Toro Time Master. They lowered the price back down to $15.99. You can see it has the handles like they're 22-inch. It's a curved handle, and instead of that blue handle here, they have this black handle, which is like extended. And also the engagement right here is moved. Everything else pretty much looks the same. Bag is the same. The deck is the same. Engine's the exact same. Tires, color, levers, everything is the exact same except the handle. I don't know why they're calling it auto drive, but whatever. Same exact cables, same exact holder, stop switch, same little gas can, or gas tank, same blue felt in there, same cable holders, everything's the same except the handles. But at least they did lower the price back down. They had raised that price to like $16.99. I've seen some places even higher. So I'm leaving Tractor Supply right now. Just picked up our Sportsman generator. I'm not gonna unbox it right now. So we've been needing a generator since day one at our shop. You know, when I'm there working on a project, I need to be able to charge my drill batteries. When I'm sharpening blades, I like to use my electric angle grinder because it's so much stronger than the DeWalt. Any sort of electric tools, really. You know, if I'm there, I like to use it, or at least charge the batteries for my drill. Also, I have no lights in the building, so I'm gonna I need to find some good lights to hang up top, facing down, but they have to all be wired as a set. And what I'll do is I'll just have the generator near the front door, and when I get there and I'm working on projects, because this has 2 outlets on it, it's not the strongest generator. Maybe I can insert a picture of it here, but it does have 2 outlets. That way I can start the generator, plug the lights in, and be able to see inside of the shop. Especially when I get near the back of the shop, I can't see anything. I actually wear a headlamp. So that stuff I'll take care of over the winter or at the beginning of next season. Also, we needed a generator for camping, you know, things like that. So it was $300, and I've been watching it, and they finally put it on sale for 170 or 180, yeah, 180, I think, 179. So it came to, actually, no, the total only came to 183. So whatever it was, 170 plus sales tax. So it came to 183, free shipping to the store. Just picked it up, so it'll get a lot of use. Like I said, maybe I'll put a picture of it up in the video, and then later on I'll do like an unboxing and, you know, review of it. So in the next few weeks, me and Vicky are actually going to be making a trip down to, not to Baltimore, but in the Baltimore area. I'm not going to say yet who we're going to go meet there or what we're going to meet the person for, in case he doesn't want us to mention it. However, I'm hoping when we get there, him and his missus will want to do a little bit of filming with me and Vicky, because you guys, if you're watching my channel, you will absolutely know who this person is and be a pretty big fan of his, I'm quite certain, as I am. We just had a phone call yesterday. We spoke for about 30 minutes. So hopefully that'll happen. Right now I'm heading to the post office. Let me see here. Let me block this address. I will be mailing this envelope to a customer that I just dropped. Normally when I drop someone, I tell them over the phone, which I did do. But she hung up on me before I really, got to say anything. So she was aware we're not mowing her lawn anymore, but, she just wanted to cuss me out. Before I even told her we're not mowing your lawn anymore, she cussed me out quite a bit. And so this is the first time I'm ever mailing a service cancellation with an explanation to a customer. And I'm actually going to read you the letter because I have it on my phone. Can I read it? I'll have to figure out if I'm able to read it and pretty much, tell you guys what's in there. So go to the post office. Adios, Karen. I tell you, that customer has been a pain in my ass since day one. All right, let's get out of here. Oh, so check this out. You see this property right here, right next to me? It's that huge. It's a real big tree lawn right there. Then it's a big, not a big, but a decent size side over there. Hold on, let me show you. Stay with me for a second. I'll put my seatbelt on in a second. Then you come back here, and you have to maintain that fence line right there in the back. And then there's like a small section. Oh, I could have put the damn letter right here. Whatever. There's a small section over there that you have to maintain, right? So they contacted me. Oh, and there's a small section over there to mow as well. They contacted me like 2 years ago, and they asked for a bid on mowing. Man, I think it was from April 1st to November 1st. And what else was it? Yeah, it was just mowing actually. So they sent me all the stuff they wanted, and for the I didn't even think I would bid on it, because for the snow I thought they were going to want snow removal, but it actually said on the thing they already have the snow removal outsourced to somebody else. Hold on, let me turn this phone around. All right, so it said they already had the snow removal outsourced to somebody else, and so I said, oh, okay, that might work out or whatever. So I do the estimate, right? And they come back and they're like, yeah, actually, we like the we like the amount, that you gave. And they said, let us send you a scope letter, which is basically them telling you the specifics, which is like, you should have sent that first, And so they sent me this letter. It was absolutely 100% bullshit. They wanted you to do the mowing. So you see this fence line, right? Nothing could be overgrown past that concrete right there on either side, no matter how high it is. It said right in the scope that if you need to outsource another company to do any work, like say that tree falls down, okay? They wanted you to be responsible for it. And if you have to outsource any of the work, they wanted you to pay for the outsource of the work. Then there was stuff about like there's so many downspouts on the building. You had to take the downspouts apart so many times a year and clean out the downspouts, all the leaf cleanup, spring and fall. was part of the mowing with no extra fee. All debris were to be hauled away, including grass. You had to bag the grass every single time you mow it, and all has to be taken away. Garbage has to be picked up weekly when you mow. I thought I heard something fall, but I guess not. You have to pick the garbage up weekly when you're mowing, which you cannot. They have a dumpster over there, but it's locked. It's normally locked. The garbage has to be bagged in your garbage bags and taken with you. And the garbage, there was more. There was something to do with this. There's like this concrete that comes around the building, like 2 feet high. There was something about washing it, like power washing it. I'm not certain what it was. I said, what the hell? What is this? If you have to outsource a company to do like say a tree, you have to pay for it? It comes out of your pay? I had never heard of anything like this. I actually thought, I'm like, there's something wrong. This cannot be right. And I contacted the manager who had sent that to me, and I said, something's going on here. And I asked her all about it, and she goes, yeah, that's how we do it. You are responsible for the trees and everything like that. And I said, if you're hiring a lawn care company, they're not an arborist. And what I'm not an arborist, even though I did tree work for 10 years. And yes, I can do tree work. Only thing I can't do in tree work is free climb. Okay, I go up in aerial lifts. That's just what it is. I'm still not an arborist. I did not go to arborist school and get a certification and keep up on it. Right? The guys who are arborists, man, they're unreal. So I said, if you hire a lawn care company, they're not arborists. So if it's an actual tree that needs to be maintained or removed or cleaned up, I said, you have to have someone who has the qualifications to do so. Oh no, it's all included. It was unreal. I can't remember like all the specifics of it. There was something about power washing that lower level of concrete. I'm 100% certain on the down. They're not like normal downspouts either. They're like these runoff type things. And yeah, you had to take them apart. I think once in the spring, once in the summer, once in the fall. Well, in order to take them apart, you have to get to the top of the building. So you're going to need like a 20-foot ladder at least. I said, this is slave work. And right there was my immediate distaste for commercial work. I said, the only time I'm going to take commercial work is if I can sit down or stand or whatever, if I can meet with the owner or someone high level. I don't want to see this bullshit contract. We will talk, we will discuss everything, we will come to terms, and we will shake hands. And if I get a feeling that this person is not worthy, doesn't have morals about them, then that handshake won't mean anything to me anyway, and I would walk away. If I look at that person, I talk with that person, and I say, this person reminds me of me, and that handshake is going to go somewhere, that's the only way I would take commercial work at this point. Because I've seen several contracts at this point. We had 3 or 4 sent to us last year, and none of them would I ever sign. Like, why would I sign this? This is complete shit. And the pay was worse. So the work is shit, the pay is worse. If I sign this paper, I'm stuck with this contract. No way at all. Alright, hold on a second. Alright, so I'm back home. I'm gonna read. I had to print the letter out. I couldn't read it on my phone and record on my phone, and I didn't have the camera. So listen, before I read this letter, like I said, this customer has been a real problem from day one. When we first got her as a customer, the first thing we did was install, me and Vicky did the job together, maybe 6 yards of mulch on her property. There wasn't a lot of bed prep because she had really maintained her beds very well. But we installed, I think it was 6 yards, 5 yards, I'm thinking. 3 in the truck, or no, 2.5 in the truck, two in the trailer, so 4.5 to 5 yards. Now, there wasn't a lot of bed prep. She had really maintained her beds very well. But there was 112 feet of edging in total that would need to be cut out. She wanted us to re-edge all of the edging. Now, this was in the springtime, and it was very wet. I don't even know if we had our bed redefiner yet. I'm going to say no. But it was so wet, it wouldn't have mattered. We wouldn't be able to use that bed redefiner with it being so wet. And to tell you the truth, even when it's dry, I'm not really impressed with that bed redefiner, the attachment for the combi. I think eventually I'm just going to have to buy an actual bed redefiner. So I measured it out. It was 112 feet. I told her for us to cut that out, it was going to cost her $112 extra. She could not believe it. What do you mean it's going to cost me extra? I'm already paying you to lay the mulch down. I'm like, yeah, but the mulch has nothing to do with the edging of the bed. I said, I have to cut all 112 feet out by hand. I have to pull that out, haul it away. That's a lot of weight too, you know, especially with it being so wet. I have to take it to the dump, which they normally do not want you bringing dirt there. I mean, you know, it's a problem. This past spring, on 3 different occasions we got there, she came out and said, nope, don't mow it. It's too wet. Now, it was wet, of course, but it was not so wet that it was unmowable. And remember, the grass is in its best shape of the year right now. It's thick, lush, green, strong grass. And yes, it was wet from like overnight dew, precipitation, whatever, but it was not it was serviceable. Okay, it's just one of the, in the springtime it is what it is. 3 different times. The first time I let it go, I said, well, whatever. The second time it happened, I said, listen, I said, you know what the service agreement says? If you ask us to skip it, we still charge you. I said, I didn't charge you the first time. Okay, I said, but you're going to have to pay it. She fought me on it that time. The next time she did it, I said, listen, you're being charged. I said, I don't understand. It's not unserviceable. It's a little wet. It's not unserviceable. It hadn't even rained. It was because her property was like in the first part of the day, so it had that like morning dew to it. So, anyway, so moving on. Throughout the year, her lawn, you know, in the summer we hit that drought. Her lawn started looking really bad. She blamed the lawn going brown, dormant, whatever, on the quality of the cut. So what are you talking about? I said the health of the lawn really has nothing to do with the mowing. I said we mow the lawn pretty high. Okay, so you can't really harm a lawn by mowing it until you're right around the 2-inch or less mark, and really even then you're not going to hurt it. So I explained it to her. She was pretty consistent that it was due to the mowing. Whatever. I actually talked to her very nicely at that time and told her, listen, you're becoming a problem, and I'm going to have to go ahead and get rid of you as a customer and fill this spot with someone else. She apologized. I understand. I know it's not you guys. It's just frustrating. I didn't say, oh, you're right, it's okay. I was pretty pissed off about this. So then let's go to a few weeks ago. She comes and gets me and says, she started watering the front yard. and it started looking great, okay? Then she comes and gets me and goes, come look at my backyard. It looks all thatchy like turf. And it did. And I said, well, when's the last time you watered it? Oh, I'm not watering back here. I'm not spending the money to water back here. She literally says, and I quote, are you sure you're not mowing this with like dull blades? Because that's what it looks like. Swear to God, that's what she said. And I said, listen, I said, our blades get sharpened every single week, no matter what. And during like springtime, when it's very wet, I said I switch them blades out during the week as well because I carry extra blades with me. We never mow with dull blades ever, okay? So then we had all that rain come up from the hurricane. We had a whole week off because we got rained out the whole week. Then we mowed last week. Then we got rained out all this week. She called me a couple days ago, said, are you coming to mow? I said, no, we're not. You know, we've been rained out all week. All the lawns are. I had already had 3 different messages from other people on her route, right in her area, saying, Aaron, I understand that you really don't skip any weeks. I mean, they didn't all say the same thing, but they were variations of this. I understand, you don't really skip any weeks. Just a heads up, my backyard is flooded or extremely wet, or my front yard is, extremely bad. No problem. I understand. I already knew that. That's why we weren't mowing. Nope. One person, her, called me. When I explained to her, no, we're not mowing, right away started cussing me out. I want weekly service, and I'm not. I said, you do get weekly service. I said, but there has been 2 weeks recently where we got rained out and we couldn't mow. I want my lawn mowed, and I want it mowed today. Get here today. That's what she said. That's when I said, listen, we're not going to mow your yard, and we're not mowing it anymore at all. And she hung up on me, but before that, I said, listen, Mother Nature's the boss. There's nothing I can do. I can't beat the weather. And she said, well, tell Mother Nature to pay you. And that's when I ended up letting her know. Or she said, I want it mowed today. Get here today. And but she hung up on me. So here's a letter. I'm going to mail her. Well, I already mailed. You've seen. It says, Clean Cuts Lawn Care, Aaron Blanchard, service cancellation with her name and address. Clean Cuts Lawn Care will no longer be providing lawn care services to you. After nearly 2 years of providing services to you, you have made multiple complaints in regards to our schedule of service, exaggerated complaints regarding our quality of service, even going as far as to suggest we weren't mowing with sharp blades, which is absurd. You even attempted to dictate which mowers would be used in your backyard with no understanding of how the machines work, why we use certain machines, or the capabilities of the machines. In the springtime, you asked us not to mow your property due to rain, which it wasn't rain, it was just dew. It could have been rain sometimes. So in the springtime, you asked us not to mow your property due to rain when it actually was serviceable. Then was upset when we didn't mow your lawn due to rain when damage could have actually been done due to mowing. You received service on October 10th, 2024. You paid your bill in full at that time. No further services will be done. So as far as the mowers in the backyard, yeah, it was this spring. I forgot to mention that until I just read that. Robbie had already mowed the backyard. He came out. He was doing the tree lawn in the area on the side. I was mowing the front yard. And on the very far end of the yard, on the perimeter, you could see it didn't tear it up. It was like little tire marks, just an indentation of the tire marks. Nowhere else on the lawn, just on the part where it was sloped. And she went off. I better never see one of them big mowers in my backyard, blah, 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 blah. And I told her then, you don't dictate what mowers we use, when we use them. There's different reasons for using them. So that's the letter that got sent to her. I don't know what will happen from here. Hopefully she just don't contact me again. I don't want to deal with her. And that's it. So, all right, guys, if you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know everything I'm doing wrong. Keep them edges clean, boys. I'm out.